Dear students, we have already done respiratory system and phonatory system in the video Organs of Speech Part 1. Today we will do articulatory system. After passing through the larynx, the airstream is further modified by the various shapes assumed by the organs of speech lying above the larynx before it passes out into the atmosphere, and each such modification affects the quality of the sound produced. The organs of speech located above the larynx, which together constitute the articulatory system, affect the quality of the sounds produced. Apart from the pharynx, the other 7 organs of the articulatory system from front to back are the lips, the tongue, the teeth ridge, the hard palate, the soft palate, and the uvula. The organs of speech are bifurcated into active articulators and passive articulators. The active articulators move towards passive articulators to produce various speech sounds. Active articulators are lower lip, the lower teeth, the tongue, and the velum or the soft palate. Passive articulators are the upper lip, the upper teeth, the alveolar ridge, and the roof of the mouth. First, we'll do pharynx. Exceeding from the top of the larynx to the hindermost part of the tongue is the pharynx. It is upper part of the windpipe, the length of which varies from 7 centimeters in females and 8 centimeters in males. The shape and the size of pharyngeal cavity can be greatly modified by number 1, the contraction or expansion of the muscles of the pharynx. Number 2, the movement of the back of the tongue. Number 3, the lowered or raised position of the soft palate. Means what is the position of the soft palate? Whether soft palate is raised or soft palate is lowered. Soft palate is always raised to produce oral sounds, and soft palate is lowered to produce nasal sounds or nasalized sounds that we will do later in this video when we'll do soft palate in detail. And the last is the position of the larynx. Next is the lips. The lips play an important part in the production of certain speech sounds. For example, the initial sounds in the English word pot and boot are pronounced first by closing the lips together and then releasing the closure abruptly. And when we pronounce the word cot, lips are rounded, whereas in boat, our lips are spread. So, the lip position is an important factor in the production of vowels also that we have already done in the video vowels. Next is the tongue. The tongue is the most flexible organ of the speech. It can take a number of shapes and many different positions. The tongue can be divided into different parts: the tip of the tongue, the blade of the tongue, the front of the tongue, the back of the tongue, and the rims of the tongue. Any part of the tongue can be raised to any height or be made to touch the roof of the mouth. The tip of the tongue and the rims may touch upper teeth and produce the sounds the, and tip and blade may make a contact with the teeth ridge to produce the sounds t, d, and n. Similarly, the back of the tongue may be brought in contact with soft palate to produce the sounds k and g. Next is teeth. Certain consonants are also produced with the help of teeth. For example, initial sounds in the English word thin, that is th, this, that is the, fit, that is f, and v sound in the word van. Next, teeth ridge. The teeth ridge is also called alveolar ridge. It is the convex part of the roof of the mouth lying immediately behind the upper teeth. For example, t, d, s, and z sounds are produced by placing the tongue at teeth ridge. Teeth ridge can be easily felt by placing the tongue behind the upper teeth. By making a complete closure at the teeth ridge and then with the sudden release of the closure, you can pronounce these sounds t and d, whereas the sounds s and z can be pronounced by narrowing the passage of air at the teeth ridge. Then this air is forced out through this narrow passage and the sounds s and z can be produced. Next is the hard palate. Immediately behind the teeth ridge, there is a hard, bony surface called the hard palate. It is a curved surface leading to the highest point of the roof of the mouth. The sounds, the initial sound in the English word yes, that is a y, can be produced at the hard palate. The most important significant organ is the soft palate. The soft portion of the roof of the mouth is called soft palate. How can you feel the soft palate? That is when you move your tongue backwards along the roof of the mouth, starting from the teeth ridge. First, you can feel the bony, hard palate, as we have already discussed. Then, after the tongue has traveled some distance, you can feel that roof has become suddenly soft. So this soft portion of the roof of the mouth is called soft palate, or it is also called velum. As I've already told you that sounds k and g can be produced with the help of soft palate. In the production of the sounds k and g, two simultaneous actions of the soft palates are involved. That is, one is its articulation with the back of the tongue or against the back of the tongue, and second is soft palate is raised to make a contact with the back wall of the pharynx. When we produced k sound, the first action is performed, and when under the second action, soft palate is raised to make a closure with the back wall of the pharynx. When the soft palate is raised, then no air can escape through the nose, and it can escape only through the mouth. Means when the soft palate is raised, nasal passage is blocked and only oral sounds are produced. For example, t, p, r, l. Next, when the soft palate is lowered, then nasal passage is open and oral passage is closed, oral passage is blocked and nasal sounds are produced. M, n. But when nasal passage is open, there are two when the nasal passage is open, there are two possibilities. That is, oral passage can be blocked and oral passage is open. If oral passage is blocked, then nasal sounds are produced, and if oral passage is open and nasal passage is also open, then the nasalized sounds are produced. I repeat the state of the soft palate. Soft palate is raised or soft palate is lowered. When soft palate is raised, nasal passage is blocked and oral sounds are produced. That is, air passes through the mouth, and when soft palate is lowered, then nasal passage is open. And if nasal passage is open, with the opening of nasal passage, oral passage is blocked, the nasal sounds are produced. And if nasal passage is also open and oral passage is also open, then nasalized sounds are produced. Thank you. I hope everything is clear.